Hi, I'm Jake. It's July 19th, 2012, is it? And I'm out here in the middle of the hill on our Red Winery Vineyard, and I just wanted to bring everybody out here and talk a little bit about the harvest and the nature of the vineyard on this hill and where we are in the growing season. Yesterday, or the day before, my dad was out here, and he called me on the phone and said, I see some color in the Malbec. And so I thought I'd come out here a couple of days later and see if I could see any color in the Cabernet. And you can see that here. Just a couple of little red berries. And it's like a couple of little red berries and say one bunch out of 100 at this point. We'll come back next week, and depending on the weather, we're going to see about half red and about half green berries, and things really just take off from here. Well, I'm not going to pick too many of these grapes because there are precious few of them up here on the hill, but one of the things I think is fun about these grapes at this stage of development is you can really see that they have that protective dusting on them that they produce themselves that protect them from mildew and rot. And if I rub that, it just comes off and gets all shiny. And that they develop that as they go into veraison, and veraison just refers to coloring. That there. And once they go into veraison, you no longer need to sulfur them to keep them from getting rotten and keep them from getting mildewed. So when we see this, when veraison starts and we see this dusty covering, these grapes developing this dusty covering themselves, it means that we don't have to get up in the middle of the night and sulfur them anymore, and we like that. Now, on another unrelated side note, I'm sitting here looking at this vine, standing here looking at this vine, and you know, you're walking up this hill thinking, I want to put a pretty vine in this shot, something that looks nice, and it's pretty hard to find a vine that looks nice on this hill. This guy here is probably something like 25 years old. We did the second planting on this row here was planted at a different time than this row here, and we did the older plantings, I'm sorry, the newer plantings were done when I was 17, and I'm gonna turn 37 next month. So that was 20 years ago, and those are the newer vines. And you can see that life isn't easy up on this hill. And you know, this is gnarly and old and has all these voids in it from where maybe the vine's got Eutypa, maybe it kind of wants to die, and then just a few little clumps of grapes on it. And you can see here too, just a few little clumps of grapes. And this is a year with a really big harvest, and still the crop on this hill is really minimal. That's directly connected to why it's so good. So we'll be back and take a look at these guys again in a couple of weeks. Thanks.